Well, g'day trendsetters, humans, hippies, earthlings, whoever you are, wherever you are, whatever you're doing and whoever you're lucky enough to be doing it to. Bushka and Blitz here, back for another dose of the hot salts as we preview what is sure to cause a little stir in a big fish pond. This is the STB one, not to be confused with the Russian behemoth, the ST1, the Tier 9 Heavy. This is the Tier 10 Japanese tank, the top of the Japanese medium line. And everyone always wants to know about the top dog in any new tree, and this tank will be no exception in terms of its popularity. It's got a lot going for it. It's got lovely gun depression. It's a stat that I think is hugely underrated, and if you don't know what I'm talking about, basically this tank is able to depress its gun far enough that it can shoot over the top of hills, mounds and other cover very, very comfortably. It's got negative 10 degrees of gun depression. That's a league-leading negative 10. There is no other tank with more gun depression than that in Tier 10 medium stakes. The FV4202, the Nemesis here in the little part of the video you can see now, which I'm shooting at, has negative 10 degrees as well. But it actually has a weaker turret than this. The turret isn't hugely strong, but it is strong enough that if you get it on an angle and you're behind cover and you're using that negative 10 degrees of gun depression, you can effectively bounce shots. Now, the weapon itself, however, isn't as good as the FV4202s in terms of accuracy, but it's got good pen numbers, it's got good damage numbers, it's got a good healthy 350 alpha, and it seems to be quite effective at mid to close range in terms of accuracy. You can see me knocking the top of the T110E5 here, right in the big pimple. Its gun is most similar, I guess, to the M48A1 patterns. It's got a little bit more gun depression than the pattern, but it's very, very similar both in terms of dispersion, 0.36, alpha, 350 alpha, and rate of fire, 7.79, the pattern at 7.71. So, what's it like to play? Well, it's actually quite mobile. It's got good traverse numbers, not outstanding, not as good as, say, a T62A, but certainly better than most of your peers and contemporaries. And it floats across the ground in a lovely manner, much like the Leopard 1. In fact, although the stats don't really bear it out, I felt like I was driving a green Leo. It's a little lower in profile than the Leo, but it does seem to do very well at firing on the move. And in terms of DPM, or damage per minute, it's very, very much comfortably up there along with the M48A1, a little bit better than the E50M and some of its other compatriots. Yeah, it's a very solid tank all round. And for those of you who have to know, who've got to have the stats, who must have a comparison shot, if I had to play this tank and say it's related to any other one tank in the game, I'd suggest it would be the M46 pattern, the Tier 9 American. It's very, very similar in terms of its turret, which is bouncy but not impervious, its gun depression, which is lovely, its ability to fire on the move, and it's very solid damage per minute. Now, you probably know this already if you've ever seen the channel or the reviews I do, but I'm a massive sucker for Tier 10 mediums. I own every single Tier 10 medium in the game. Whether it be American, German, Russian, Japanese or British, they've all got something to recommend them. But the thing that I love the most about them is their ability to bring mobility and damage to the table, and to really shine at the end of a game when you've got to have those heroic moments where you're circling a mouse or driving across the map to reset the cap. And the STB one is no exception. I feel that it's going to add to that garage and that stable of medium titans that I already roll about the joint in. Well, I've been Bushka on Blitz. As always, hippies, you've been absolutely bloody lovely. If you haven't already, please do subscribe to the channel. There's plenty that goes on here. Lots of official content, lots of reviews. If you want to know how to drive the tanks, there's how-to videos. Just about everything apart from selling socks. But don't worry, we're working on it. We'll have some free socks up very, very soon. Until next time, stay safe on the battlefield.